recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with Carmela Smith. Hello, Carmela.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're sporting quite the look today.
Yeah, because, this is a visual podcast, and
Yes.
I want to make sure I'm visually interesting as possible.
You're extremely so right now she has a brick wall wrapped around her head.
I do.
She really does.
I really do.
We should call her Nintendo.
Oh, wow.
Dad jokes. Nothing but dad
That's
jokes.
good.
Anyone who has recorded with us in the last, 6-7 months knows that I have usually a blanket behind me, and it's Mario sitting against a brick wall, and it's wrapped around me because I'm cold.
You've seen the deep angst in Mario's eye staring at you from behind her. It looks like a squid eye.
It's like, hello. How are you?
We are also joined by Chris. Hello, Chris.
I can't recognize you, Jonathan. Your face is naked. It is naked.
It's
It
lovely.
is. Yes, Jonathan shaved his whole face off.
Only hair on his face is eyebrows.
That's right.
I know,
Eyelashes.
right?
I got eyelashes. I have nose hairs. They're still in there. They're filtering
Yes,
out my
we-
air.
When he sneezes, it looks like a party favor.
Oh, jeez. It's not true, but lovely. It's a great mental image. I shaved. I wanted to see what my face looked like. I did shave that one time in 2010, and Courtney told me I looked like Grimace, and so I didn't. I didn't shave
Courtney.
again after that.
Courtney, come on.
So no, before that 1 week in 2010, it had been like high school, maybe college was the first time last time I had a clear face before that. So when I did the mustache, I was like, I really want to see what my face looks like. It's important to me to know what my face looks like. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure I like it. So I'm going to give it some time.
Oh, I like it.
And there's been lots of people, not lots. There's been a few people who have said that hey, that's not bad. That's a good look. It's weird.
Has Stash seen it yet, Jonathan?
Yeah, he laughed.
Okay.
He laughed. So anyway, this isn't a show about my mustache. Ben Young is with us. Hey, Ben.
Good morning.
Welcome, sir. You have not shaved. You're still looking sophisticated.
Yeah,
So-
I did start using a straight razor on my neck and cheeks about a little over a month ago, and razor bumps aren't terrible, so it's going okay.
So what do you use around your mouth then, if using the
So
cheeks?
I typically will use, I have edgers that I kind of trim down and kind of shape up my goatee, and then regular clippers just to, when I cut my hair, I trim down the amount of hair in the goatee with the regular clippers.
Ben, you usually do like a once a year clean face, and you didn't do that this year.
No, I don't like how I look when I do that.
Oh,
It is disorienting when you do that because I'm like, so when he did it last year, he came to my desk because this is when we all still worked together, and he just looked at me, and I didn't know who he was. And I'm like, who's this strange man at my desk? And I'm like, oh, that's Ben. I've known Ben for years. Hello, Ben.
Yeah. I feel
that's
like
amazing.
I don't know. I feel like I looked like a criminal when I I just feel like I went to no good.
But are you a smooth criminal is the question.
No, not smooth
Danny,
at all.
are you
Chris.
okay? All right.
When I was dropped 100 pounds, they probably look better. But
we have a guest.
Yes.
Deiter Hanbicki is with us today. Hello, Deiter.
Hello, everybody.
Now, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Sure. My name is Deiter Hanbicki. I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. For a living, I am a low-level radioactive waste manager at a small, 5-man company here in town. I'm also going to grad school for nuclear engineering at the University of New Mexico. And something fun about myself is I am a semi-professional competitive hot air balloon team crew member.
Whoa. That's amazing. All right.
what a life.
Deiter already has a much more impressive life than I'll ever have.
Hold on, did you say nuclear waste manager?
Yes.
Yes.
Holy crap.
He's a real life Homer Simpson.
Yes.
Way more hair.
The stuff I work with is much lower level. Did you know that you can, at very low quantities, you can send it through UPS? So we do.
Whoa.
Wow. I'm sure all our UPS people are happy to hear that.
He just manages bananas. They have a very low level of radiation.
Yes. That's a good point.
Pretty much.
In the hot air balloon, how did you get into that?
My parents had a hot air balloon business growing up, and then when I moved out to Albuquerque for college, I got into it again. And someone on Reddit, actually, they were like, hey, we're looking for crew. I messaged them. I went out and then gone to Nebraska with them. We ranked, I want to say, 17th there at Nationals last year. We got 10th at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta in 2018, I think was that year.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
There is a huge hot air balloon community in New Mexico because there's a contest there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really cool. We are super glad you're here. So, this is episode number 310. We're going to get this thing kicked off with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right, Ben, you're up.
All right. So for today's Warm It Up, Chris, I have a list of food products. I want you to tell me what, indeed, food and love. I want you to tell me whether this food product is made by Nabisco or Keebler.
All right.
So I feel like this is going to be tricky.
It could be. We'll see how it goes.
we thought they were the same company about 5 minutes ago. Yeah,
I wondered.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to start with Jonathan.
Woohoo.
Jonathan, you have Oreo.
That's Nabisco.
Oreo is Nabisco. Good job.
I see the little red triangle in my eye.
Chris, you get Nilla wafers.
Oh gosh.
Excellent in banana pudding.
Absolutely. That's the only time. That's the only way I know Nilla wafers is because of banana pudding. Is there anything else for? I guess people do eat Nilla wafers on their own.
I do. I have.
Do you? Okay.
They're great with milk.
All right.
Now I'm fancy though. I like to say Nilla wafers.
Now I will say I have.
You lost one. You lost
Oh
her.
man.
Carmela.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Excuse me while I choke on my Arizona tea.
Literal spit take.
Anyway, I'm going to say Nabisco also.
It is Nabisco.
All right.
Side note, I have once had banana pudding with chessmen instead of Nilla wafers. It was quite delicious.
Oh, I was going to say that was probably a little more richer.
It was different, but very good.
It was fancy pudding.
It was very
You had it next to the bowl of the vanilla wafer version. It's like for richer or poorer.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right, Carmela, you get Vienna fingers.
Oh, it's Keebler.
That is Keebler. Good job.
Nice.
All right, Deiter, you get fudge stripes.
Those are the Keebler elves.
Those are the Keebler elves. Good job. Jonathan, you get Nutter Butter.
Nutter Butter. They have that red box. I would have said Nabisco if you hadn't given me an option. I'm going Nabisco.
It is Nabisco. Good job.
Yeah.
Chris, you get probably my favorite on this list, Soft Batch.
Ooh. Those are Keebler.
Those are Keebler. Good job.
Yes. Unfortunately, I know that way too well.
We know our fat people candy and food,
know,
don't
right?
we? We know
You
this.
haven't missed one yet.
Let me
All right,
visualize this package that I have seen 80,000 times.
Yeah, no, I had a roommate in college that would only eat soft batch cookies. That's the only one. He would not eat any other cookie unless it was a soft batch cookie.
Is Soft Batch
you,
like
Andy?
Chips Ahoy? Is it a brand of? Is it like one of the Chips Ahoy cookies, or is it a different company thing?
It's its own brand. Yeah.
It's its own brand. It's just a soft cookie. It's not crispy or at all.
Yeah, I don't like the crispy Chips Ahoy stuff at all.
All right, Carmela, you get Fig Newtons.
Nabisco?
It is Nabisco. Good job.
Ooh.
All right. Dieter, you get Deluxe Grams.
I'm going to go Nabisco.
Deluxe Grams is Keebler.
Keebler for sure.
Yep. All right, Jonathan, you get Sandy's.
Oh, I think that's Keebler.
Sandy's is Keebler. Great job.
Right.
All right, Chris, you get Teddy Grams.
Oh, I love Teddy Grahams. Okay, hold on. Let me visualize this.
Remember when they used to do the Elvis thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had actually a snack pack of the chocolate Teddy Grahams just a few weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. I think I remember seeing the red mark that Jonathan was talking about. I'm going to say it is Nabisco.
It is Nabisco. Good job.
Yes!
They used to do the I want to be a Teddy Graham.
I can't tell you. I used to pour a bowl of them and pour milk on them.
Oh, Jesus.
Like cereal?
That's legitimately cookie crisp.
Yeah, it really is.
That was at my that was when I was 400 or close to 500 pounds. So yeah,
there you go.
I would tear a box up.
Speaking of Cookie Crisp, that is the worst. Like, it's just cookies.
Not anymore. It's
not a good cereal.
It doesn't even taste good.
It's awful now.
Awful.
It used to be just cookies, and it was amazing.
Even when I was a kid, I didn't like it.
I mean, it used to be pretty good, but it's been nerfed. It's been nerfed the same way that Count Chocula and Boo Berry and that stuff. It's just literally cardboard flakes. That's the way it tastes now. It's so bad.
My parents never let me have it, so.
Health-wise, that was absolutely the right move. But just looking back, I'm like, why did society allow us to just put cookies in a box and say it was cereal? All right, Carmela, you get EL Fudge.
Oh, that's Keebler.
EL Fudge is Keebler. Good job.
That's the head elf guy.
I love EL Fudge. That's a good cookie right there.
Dieter, you get Chips Deluxe.
I feel like that has to be a Chips Ahoy things, and I think that's Nabisco.
Chips Deluxe is Keebler.
Oh, the swerve.
But speaking of, Jonathan, you get Chips Ahoy.
I'm going to say Nabisco.
That is Nabisco.
He keeps talking about Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment about Chips Ahoy, and I was like, yep, it's on this list, and let me not say that.
So what is, by the way, is Chips Ahoy like from the 50s, and they used to do advertising of like a cookie floating on an ocean of milk, like Chips Ahoy, sir? What does it have to do with nautical?
I think that Ahoy, I guess it used to mean a lot of. So if something had like Chips Ahoy, that means it had a lot of chips.
Oh, so it wasn't nautical at all.
I don't think so. I mean, I can double check.
I thought Ahoy was a welcome kind of thing. I think you're right. Like you'd say land ho. Well,
I think the first telephone message was ahoy, ahoy, or something like that. Or ahoy used to be the standard greeting for telephone messages, and then it switched to hello at some point. I remember reading that in school.
Carmela has raised their hand.
I was trying to get your attention for Chris.
Sorry.
From the Oxford Language Dictionary, ahoy is a call used to greet someone or draw attention to something from a distance.
Okay.
So if you can see a lot of chips from a distance, you know there's a lot of chocolate in that cookie.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I wonder. I still wonder if they did like a nautical thing.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, Chris, this is the last round, by the way.
Okay.
Chris, you get Lorna Doone.
My mom used to love Lorna Doone cookies. I don't remember seeing the red tag on it. And by the way, Jonathan, thank you for mentioning that at the beginning, because then I started thinking of the packaging to see that. So I'm going to say that's Keebler.
Lorna Doone is Nabisco.
Oh,
I definitely see the red tag on it in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, your mom loved Tab soda and Lorna Doone cookies. Those are eccentric choices.
Hey, she got to do what she got to do.
She's living that mom life.
That's true.
Carmela, you get ginger snaps.
Oh, why are you going to pick on the redhead?
Snap at you.
At least they call her a daywalker.
Wow. Oh my.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that, huh?
No.
I've never heard that either.
I wish that you continue to never have heard that.
Oh my God. Oh. Holy crap, Chris. Don't paste a book in the chat. What are you doing?
Oh, somebody put a screenshot of that. Oh, I feel like Shaq inside the NBA. Put that on a t-shirt. Holy crap.
I'm just trying to help you out.
Chris literally pasted in the chat something about 2 paragraphs long, and all we see are words on his screen.
My screen became a block of words. I'm like, what is going on?
None of that is even nautical related.
Nope, it's a superhero
thing.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Carmela, you
snaps.
still have ginger snaps.
I'm going to say Nabisco.
It is Nabisco. Great job.
Good job.
And rounding us out, Deiter, you have Coconut Dreams.
And Caviar Wishes.
I've learned that I don't know my cookies, so seeing as I have not heard of some of these before, I'm going to say Keebler.
It is Keebler.
Nice.
Good one.
And I still would rather have a Tim Tam.
Okay, so Jonathan, according to Wikipedia, Nabisco says the name is a reference to a nautical term, ships ahoy. The words chips ahoy also features prominently in a story appearing in chapter 16 of The Uncommercial Traveler by Charles Dickens. And so, yes, they did get it as the nautical term, and for some reason ignored it through their whole advertising campaign.
Yeah, that seems like a miss.
When I was a kid, there were commercials where it was like an ocean of milk, and there'd be like little cookies and chips and stuff.
There were okay. Yeah. Well, then good.
I don't remember that.
Good on you, Chips Ahoy. So that was the whole thing, Ben.
Ahoy!
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think I've eaten all of these brands of cookies except Coconut Dreams.
Same.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah, I've never heard of that. But I'm not a coconut guy, so.
Me either. But I am the guy that was announcing. God, I tried to segue that. That didn't work well at all. That is the end of the Warm Up Chris.
Leave that in, Joel.
That is your Warm Up Chris question of the episode, and I'm an idiot.
All right, so this is episode 310. This is on the main feed. I want to do a couple of quick notes for people. We've had a pretty big week here on at the Oaks Media Group. We just relaunched Things That Are Blank Season 2. So super excited about that. The first matchup is Brian Nash versus Addie Lewis, and so Nick has been recording feverishly. We have almost the whole season complete at this point. So we already know, Nick and I know what's going to happen all the way through the fall right now. And it's an amazing season. There are twists and turns. It is epic. And I encourage all of you to go try Things That Are Blank because it's going to be a wild ride this year.
Yeah, you won't hear me till like September, and I recorded 2 weeks ago.
I know, right? So that's awesome. Pete Alexa is on game number 3 of Foreplay this week. Very exciting. We might have a person going all the way here. Love that. And
who knows? Well, I do.
Yeah, you know. And then Blitz.
I know.
Blitz had its second ever Constellation Championship recently. What that means is Blitz is a game that never ends. It always builds towards the next layer. And when you have a champion of multiple seasons, so season 1, season 2, season 3 champions all played each other, and that gave us a Constellation champion for those 3. We just had the championship for season 4, 5, and 6. And so that was very recently published. So that is also a fantastic game. So I really encourage you to check out Trivial Warfare, Blitz, Foreplay, and Things That Are Blank. They are really kicking butt right now. And let's see. So this is on the main feed. Want to shout out everybody who supports the show. If you love this show and you want more of it, there is a lot more of it. We have over 200 episodes, including awesome bonuses, over on Patreon. You can check that out at trivialwarfarearmy.com. You can sign up at $5 a month and get access to hundreds of hours of Trivial Warfare, main shows, and bonuses. And I mean, we all lived those episodes, and there are some magnificent episodes that you'll get a chance to listen to from the past. So I want to encourage everybody to go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up. And that's going to bring us to today's game. It is going to be Jonathan and Deiter versus Chris and Carmela. Ben is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
We should have Motorhead come on and play Triple H's theme music while doing my intro. That would be amazing.
I think that's a really great idea.
Isn't Triple H's theme music just a Motorhead song?
Yes. Well,
So they would play their own song.
But they would play their own song, but reciting my intro over it.
But Lemmy's dead.
Hey, we don't say that kind of stuff around here.
Leonard Skinner is still touring, is doing songs.
Keep that negativity to yourself there, Mr. Hollister.
We're going to start the game now.
Let's do it, dude. Question 1, round 1, let's go.
All right, round 1, question 1. Your category is, damn coronavirus.
Ain't that the truth?
The global pandemic has required all of us to evaluate the amount of available PPE. What does PPE stand for?
Yeah, we can lock that in, Carmela. I was in the process of saying the same thing.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right, we can talk, Deiter. I don't think it's equipment.
I think it's personal protective equipment, I think.
Why would it be equipment?
Because it encompasses everything. It isn't just, at least I think it's equipment. Is there another E word? I know the first 2 words are personal protection or personal protective.
Okay, maybe my gut took me in the wrong direction. I thought we were talking something about data. Ben, could you reread the question?
The global pandemic has required all of us to evaluate the amount of available PPE. What does PPE stand for?
Okay, maybe so Deiter, when you've seen PPE, you've seen it in articles about masks and that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Masks and gloves and...
It sounds a lot like acronyms that are used for personal data stuff in the insurance and banking industries.
Mm. Okay,
so you think personal protective or personal protection? I think protective is probably better than protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That seems totally reasonable.
Awesome.
You want to lock it in?
So I guess
you just need to say the words. We're locked in.
We're locked in then.
Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, like in the early part of the pandemic, hospital workers were using literal trash bags as PPE because there was such a short. We said personal protection equipment.
The answer is personal protective equipment.
Okay.
They
said the actual right thing.
Yep.
I mean, is it used interchangeably though?
I'm pretty sure it's interchangeable.
I can't imagine that that is something that people really delineate against.
I mean, y'all know me. I'm pretty liberal on points, so
I would lean towards giving that one.
Yep.
If that seems like something that could be used interchangeably, it means exactly the same thing. It's almost like saying media instead of multimedia.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to give you the points. I'm
all right. Yay! You know what? I'll take your cheap points. I'll take it.
Facebook, you can at me all you want. I'm still giving them the points.
There you go.
I support it.
I don't even hardly be on Facebook, so y'all can at me. I'm not even going to see it. So, what else, bro? You're just shouting in the darkness. All right.
Thanks, Ben. Hey, fans, we love y'all. Just shout into the void. We're not listening.
Yeah, you might as well post it on Parler. I'm not on there either, so just put it over on Parler. And
no, he's not saying that you're not listening. He's just saying he's not listening, Jonathan.
I know. I'm pretty sure we don't have any fans on Parler. I already asked them to leave.
That's true.
If you're
I
on
sure
here,
did.
Get off.
You did?
Yeah. I got to boot some people for that.
All right. Your second category, your second question of every Ben game is Ben murders a hit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Deiter, I hope you're good at whatever music he's about to do.
Me too.
Name this 1984 hit, reaching number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, as well as VH1's 100 Greatest One-Hit Wonders of the 80s. Is bona fide one-hit wonder.
Was it a number on that list of one-hit wonders, or was it just on the list?
Let me see if I have a number.
He didn't give a number. I don't think you need to.
No, as long as I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't assuming it was number 21 on that list.
Actually, Jonathan, I thought the same thing.
It hit 21 on the Billboard charts when it was first released.
And it exists on the 100.
And then it's on the VH1's 100 Greatest One-Hit Wonders list.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right, here are your lyrics. We've got the right to choose it. There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our life. This is our song. And I cannot tell you how difficult it is to quote those lyrics without following the rhythm of the song. It's very, very, very hard.
I'm so bad at lyrics questions.
Carmela, I'm 100% on that.
Oh, well, that's cool because we wrote the same thing.
Yeah, we did.
Well, you wrote the thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I think he means this, and I'm like, this is the only song I know by them, so.
Yeah, it was just a memory thing. So if you're good, we can say we're locked in.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're locked in.
Okay.
So, Deiter, you're thinking it's Twisted Sister?
I think it's We're Not Gonna Take It, or
We're not gonna take it.
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna take it. We not gonna take it anymore. So how does the lyric fit in there?
We've got the right to choose it. There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our life.
Yeah.
This is our song.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I think you nailed it. I think the song's name is We're Not Gonna Take It.
Yep, by Twisted Sister. I don't know if he needed the band, but let's lock in with that.
Let's do it. We're saying we're not gonna take it.
All right.
Yeah, I remember this song on the Iron Eagle soundtrack. Shout out to Lou Gossett Jr. and Jason Getrick.
Are you friends with Lou Gossett Jr. that we don't know about?
I wish I was friends with Lou Gossett
Most
Jr.
of the time we shout out people that we're friends with.
Hey, you know what? I can hope to be friends with
You
Lou
know what?
Gossett
You can put
Jr.
that into the universe.
Yes.
I accept that. And by the way, shout out to Lemmy from Motorhead.
There you go.
I'm so happy to have all of us on the same episode, y'all. These are so fun.
Very often.
Carmela and I also said we're not going to take it by Twisted Sister.
Yeah, Jonathan, we're not going to take it anymore.
Oh my God.
Correct answer is we're not going to take it. So as a cue, Jonathan, thanks for saying that all four of us on this episode. You'll want to pay attention to any question that gets missed because it's going to end up on episode 400.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Yeah. So I may have to send out these questions afterwards.
By the way, Adam Bricker. Adam Bricker.
We ain't forgetting that. Never forgetting that. Your last question round is in history.
Yes, Dewey.
And literature.
Oh.
Journalist Nellie Bly is credited with completing what world record feat in 1889? She was inspired by an 1873 fictional work.
Okay, Carmela and I are locked in.
Okay, so
all right.
As soon as you said Nellie Bly and feet, I was like, okay, this is about going around the world. And then you gave the book clue. And so Around the World in 80 Days, Deiter pulled that really fast. So Deiter, I'm leaning towards saying it was a record trip around the world. And if he needs more information about like how she did it, then we could give more information. But I think that should be enough.
Yeah. Circumnavigation of the world seems correct.
Yep. All right. So that's our answer, Ben.
Okay.
So y'all had about the same conversation Carmela and I had.
Yeah, I was like, do we have to, like, are we going to need to say how she went around the world in 80 days? But if so, then I guess we'll just tell him later. But Chris would like to thank Aaron Sorkin and the West Wing for this answer.
Oh, my God. Shout out to Aaron Sorkin.
Shout out to my West Wing buddies out there. You know who you are, because the President Bartlett and Mrs. Bartlett, Dr. Bartlett, had a very long conversation about this. So I remember it clearly from that. But we said around the world in 80 days.
Correct answer is circumnavigating the world in less than 80 days. Good job.
So at the end of the first round, the score is 30-30. It's a tie game.
Second round, first question category is name that movie.
Ooh.
So I want you to name the movie. I'm going to give you the plot. Stanley Ipkiss is a bank clerk who robs his own bank, assaults multiple auto mechanics, and thwarts an entire crime syndicate en route to literally catching his love interest. This is the plot for what 1994 comedy?
We're locked in.
Wow, that's fast.
I figured the first two words.
Yeah, I figured that might happen, but
yep.
It doesn't come to mind immediately, Deiter.
Yeah.
But he said literally catching. So there is a definite clue here of like somebody falling and being caught.
Yeah.
It sounds like
it
sounds
scene in Princess Bride when they catch Buttercup.
Yeah.
It's going to be something like that. That's the only scene like that I can remember.
Here's what's triggering for me. It sounds like a superhero, what's the word? Golly, an identity, an alter ego kind of thing, right? Is it is this Underdog? Underdog used to catch his damsel in distress a lot, I feel like. I don't remember a 1994 movie of Underdog. I certainly don't remember Underdog ever being a bank teller. So that's just one of the things that's popping into mind.
I'm trying to remember mid-90s superhero movies, and I'm honestly drawing a blank.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Assaults multiple car mechanics?
Yeah, and he said robs his own bank. So that makes it not sound like a superhero?
Yeah.
Wait. Could this be The Mask? That's kind of like a cartoon, kind of like a superhero, and he did things that are not necessarily good guy stuff.
Yeah, and that's about the right time frame.
It is the right time frame. That was the first time I ever saw Cameron Diaz in a movie, and oh my God, I thought she was gorgeous. It's feeling pretty
I can't
good.
Come up with anything else.
I think I want to do that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, we're going to say The Mask.
Yeah, I got this off of just Stanley Ipkiss.
Yep, me too.
This is Cameron Diaz's film debut. Peter Green is in this movie. It's the first time I ever saw him as a bad guy, and I've seen him play nothing but bad guys my whole life. And Richard Jennings in this movie. This is absolutely The Mask.
Heck yeah!
And Jim Carrey.
Obviously,
so
Jim Carrey. Milo.
During the that was funny. Not the keys, not the cheese.
I should watch that again. I remember that being really funny.
That dog was adorable in that movie.
Yeah,
adorable.
All right, Mrs. Beedman.
During the dance scene, towards the end of the dance, Stanley throws her way up in the air near the roof and then catches her. That's where that literally catches her.
She's been there like 100 times.
1,000,000 times. Correct answer is The Mask. Great job, both teams.
Jonathan pulled a Jonathan on that one.
That really did.
Ben, I love that type of question. Keep that in your repertoire. That's fantastic, man.
Ben Stein is also in that movie.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those. What's that guy's name? There's a whole bunch of good old what's his name.
Yeah.
They really are.
Good old what's his face.
It's just a good movie. Period. All right, your second question in the round is in music. Belcanus Marlanus Almanzar is better known by what boozy stage name? And
we're locked in.
And
I don't need to.
There's a bonus in here.
I don't need to.
Shout out to the bonus brigade. Carmela said she doesn't want the bonus.
Shut up.
No,
we want the bonus.
That was a meow meow moment, by the way, Jonathan.
Well, she did not. Sorry, Carmela. Would you like me? Is it true meow meow?
Oh yeah, you can meow meow that.
All right, here's your bonus. She planned to do a New Year's Eve Instagram performance of one of her hit songs, but abruptly cut it short due to a surprise appearance by whom?
Oh, yeah, I got that too.
So y'all are locked in?
Handwrite it down or type it, and then we're good.
So Dieter, can you think of
Pop stars with boozy names. This feels, I don't know why, but this feels very like in the vein of Megan Thee Stallion and like that genre of hip hop, esque.
So somebody with a boozy name. Okay, could it be Cardi B? I had never put this together before, but Cardi B, if you switch it around, is B Cardi, which is boozy.
Yeah, that would make sense. And I can't think of anything else more. A lot of these people have fairly on-the-nose names, I would say, and I can't think of anything like Lil Champagne.
Right.
I'm sure that is someone.
Like, this is the new up-and-coming artist, Two Beers. Okay, I like Cardi B for this, and a New Year's performance that was cut short due to the appearance of who?
Isn't Cardi B married or dating or
she was
in a relationship with someone else?
Quavo,
famous
from Migos, I think it was either Quavo, Takeoff, or the other guy, Offset. Oh, maybe it's all. No, I think she's with Offset, or was. They broke up. Yeah, there was a split around New Year's or end of the year. I think it's Offset that she's been in a relationship with. I'm not sure though.
I don't know either. We could also go. The most famous song of her from last year was WAP with Megan Thee Stallion, so we could say that.
That wouldn't make her stop. That absolutely wouldn't make her stop. I like where you're going with, like, ex-boyfriend appears and it's like, oh, I'm out of here kind of thing. I'm pretty sure it's not Takeoff. I think she was with Offset. I think we should go Offset.
All right. It sounds reasonable to me. So Cardi B and Offset?
Yep. Those are our answers.
Right. Okay.
All right. I'm letting Carmela take all of this because she knew it and I did not.
Cardi B's name is Belcalis, so that's why I remembered that. That's what the B is for. So the song is WAP. She was with Offset. Quavo is with Saweetie. And I don't know who Takeoff is in a relationship with. It could be nobody. But that's why I never remember Takeoff, because I don't know who he's dating.
Fair. That's fair.
But Cardi B and Offset have a daughter named Culture. She's, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 now.
Oh.
And she came into the room and she stopped performing WAP because, it's a very dirty song and she didn't want her daughter to hear the lyrics, which is good parenting. So if you have a problem with her song and you don't want your kids to hear it, then don't let them hear it. I mean, that's very simple. But it's Cardi B and Culture.
So, yes, Belcanis Marlenis Almanzar is Cardi B. And Carmela's exactly right. She started to do an Instagram performance. Her daughter walked in and she cut it short. So, yeah, it was her toddler daughter. Good job.
Great job.
Yep, she was right in the middle of something and her daughter came in. As soon as she turned and saw it, she stopped immediately and just like, all right, I'm just going to take a drink and wait till she leaves.
Dieter, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was the New Year's Eve performance we were talking about. I've seen that video. That went viral. I've seen that. And I didn't realize, I thought we were talking about a live performance, like, in like socially distanced public of some sort. If I'd have realized we were talking about like an Instagram thing, then I could have gotten it. So that's on me. I'm sorry.
I did say New Year's Eve Instagram performance.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was a question.
Oh yeah.
I was dealing with a lot of new information all at once.
It happens. It happens, bro. I can't tell you how many times I've made that mistake on this show.
That's a shame. That's a shame. But hey. That was. I feel happy we got the answer though. That's solid right there.
You got there. You definitely got there. Your last question in the round is in sports.
Sport ball.
Steph Curry recently passed Reggie Miller for second all-time in 3-point field goals made. He is on track next season to take over the top spot from what retired 2-time champion, Hall of Famer, and Spike Lee movie actor.
Oh, Dieter, that's the best name I have. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to come up with anything else. I don't have a lot of confidence, but it's not a bad answer.
I have nothing on this. So
okay, let's go ahead. Let's lock that in then. We're going to lock in that answer.
All right,
Christopher.
So Carmela, this is the one reason why you want me on the on our team. And
there's many reasons why I want you on my team, but this is one of them.
You did say explicitly,
well,
Chris, you're only good at sports. Come on my team.
Yes. Well, that's why I suggested that Deiter not be on my team, because neither one of us are any good at sports, and that would just been terrible.
Well, I remember there was a tweet that Spike sent to him saying, "Congratulations! Now all you have to do is pass Jesus Shuttlesworth." And Jesus Shuttlesworth was a character in Spike Lee's movie. I believe it's He Got Game, and that was Ray Allen that played Jesus Shuttlesworth. Even though if Ben did not give me all that detail, I was going to say John Stockton, because I really thought it was John Stockton. But with all that detail that Ben got me, and then remembering that tweet, it's Ray Allen. I'm positive it's Ray Allen, Carmela.
Well, it's better than my suggestion of the best Spike Lee joint, which was Space Jam.
I'm sure he's rolled better joints than that.
I'm not sure that's a Spike Lee joint.
It's not. It's a joke.
Oh, okay. All right. She got jokes. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm cool with Ray Allen. We can go with that.
All right. So we will go with former Buck, former. He was probably on 5 or 6 different teams, I think. But former Celtic, that's where he won one of his titles, Ray Allen.
I want to point out that Carmela correctly identified a hit movie with a basketball player in it. Like that's
several
a big
basketball
deal.
players. Charles
That's
Barkley
true.
was in that movie.
Bird.
Larry Bird was in that movie. Michael Jordan obviously was in that movie.
Muggsy Bogues. Yes.
In that movie.
Nice.
Sean Bradley.
Larry Johnson. Grandmama.
I remember the scene with Charles Barkley praying in the church to get his basketball skills back. He's like, "I'll never go out with Madonna again." And I was like, "That's mean."
Danny DeVito, famous basketball.
Patrick Ewing was in it.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Absolutely, Bill Murray was in it.
I can't get any love for calling Danny DeVito a basketball. I thought that was a good joke.
No, that was mean. That was mean.
All right,
Bad
so
form.
Jonathan, you're a volume shooter. Just keep shooting.
Yeah, you know what, Ben? That's why. Yeah, me and you, brother. I get it.
Just like,
Sometimes they brick.
Yep.
So yeah, Dieter's like, I got nothing. I'm like, oh crap. Okay. The first name that came to me was Ray Allen. And I was like, I don't know if his movie, I knew he did a movie, and that's like that really ties in. I know he's a 3-point shooter. I don't remember him playing that long to be the number one all-time 3-point guy, but it's like, did he do the Basketball Diaries? That's not Spike Lee. Did he do, which one did he do? I don't know. But I can't think of a better answer. Honestly, when you first asked the question, I thought the answer might be Del Curry until you started talking about movies, because Del Curry was a famous 3-point shooter for a long time. That was his whole career. But yeah, I didn't have any better answers, so we said Ray Allen.
Nice.
Yeah, he is currently all-time 3-point leader. He did play Jesus Shuttlesworth in the Spike Lee joint He Got Game. We are talking about Ray Allen.
There we go.
Nice.
yay! Thank you, Chris.
At the end of the second round, the score is 62-60. Carmela and Chris have a 2-point lead thanks to baby culture.
That's right. And no, the real thanks on that question is to Spike Lee for that tweet. I appreciate that.
Do you want to shout him out?
Hey, shout out to Spike Lee,
Shout out Spike Lee.
because I'm sure he's listening.
When I read that, I saw this ticker come across of him passing Reggie for second all time. I was like, man, who in the world is first if Reggie Miller is second? But like, I think you made this point, both of you. So Chris, you were saying, well, he may have played on a lot of different teams. Jonathan, you were like, I don't know if he's played long enough to get it. And it's like, you forget that Ray Allen, he was started out with Milwaukee, then he went to Seattle, then he went to Boston, he went to Miami. You forget how his career, how many 3-pointers that is when you add them all up. So it's insane. But Steph is definitely going to pass him next year.
And Steph's got
100%.
another 10 years left on his career if he wants it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steph Curry.
Shout out Steph Curry.
Yeah, no, we'll be hanging out
Shout out
later.
episode.
Actually, I take that back. I think the tweet, now that I'm thinking about it, was actually from Reggie Miller himself. Now that I'm remembering it, so
wow.
Anyway,
Shout out
but
to Reggie Miller.
it was a tweet. That's all I remember.
It was a tweet.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the shout out episode.
All right, your third round begins with a question in science. What was the question to the Final Jeopardy answer on the final episode hosted by Alex Trebek? The word comes from the Greek words for equal and place. And yes, I do want your answer in the form of a question.
I still haven't watched this because it's too painful.
I haven't seen it either.
I missed it, and I don't have it recorded, sadly.
We're really struggling because Latin and Roman stuff is all everything we come up with. Like, I think that's Latin.
Okay, let's do it then, Carmel.
All right, we're locked in.
So I was hoping to kind of trigger us to think of a possible answer. If we could just get one half of it and maybe the rest of it would flow in, right? And so I was like, okay, so circumnavigate means around, and semi means half, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, I think that's all actually Latin stuff, not Greek stuff. So that doesn't help at all. It's probably even like hurting us.
Well, I'm trying to, because I don't know, the difference between Latin and Greek is something that I don't. It's one of those, someone's like, oh, this is a Greek word. And I'm like, awesome.
What about phobias? So like I mentioned Acropolis, I think is the high city or something like that. And acrophobia, I think, is something like fear of heights, right? So acro could mean high, and I think that's Greek. So maybe phobias have Greek roots. So is there a phobia of being in a place, or like claustrophobia means fear of closed spaces. It's not necessarily place, but can you think of any phobias that might be equals or places?
No. I mean, I think it's going to be, I think this is going to be the word that the Greeks used for what the Romans would call the forum. So like an assembly or like a court or something like that.
Could this be Parthenon? Par could be equal. In fact, in golf, par means you had the equal score. Mm-hmm. And you said meeting, like a meeting place. The Parthenon was a place where they would meet. I like that.
Yeah, that sounds better than anything else we've come up with. So
I think
let's
so
go that.
too. We're gonna lock in with Parthenon.
You have to put it in the form of a question.
What is the Parthenon?
Okay.
Thank you, Carmela.
You're welcome. All right. So, like I mentioned, I haven't watched this yet because I haven't worked up the courage. I do have a little Alex Trebek that Jonathan gave to me. But Chris and I were talking. Equinox came up, but I believe equi is the Latin prefix. I'm pretty sure iso is the Greek for equal. So I threw out some words that contained iso, so like isometric, isotrope, or isotope, isosceles for the triangle. And I remember topography is a thing that has to do with places. But we locked in with what is isotope.
All right. Carmela was on the right track there. The correct answer is, what is isotope?
Nice.
Wow.
Great job, Carmela.
So while y'all were talking and you were talking about phobias, you're like, is there a phobia of being in certain places? And so I looked up phobia of being in places, and that is called topophobia.
Yeah, wow. We probably should have remembered the category was science. So,
isolation.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I also didn't think about that. I was just like, of these three words that contain iso that I can remember, that's the one I like the best.
That was really, really well done. Really well done. I'm definitely curious what Parthenon means now. Did anybody look it up?
I bet it probably just means that thing.
House of Parthenos.
Parthenos. Yep.
Yeah, so it does mean that thing.
The place where that person is.
According to this theory, the name of Parthenon means Temple of the Virgin Goddess. It refers to the cult of Athena Parthenos.
Yep.
Well, there we go.
Right. There we go. Your second question in this round is words.
Word.
Oh, boy.
The word ghetto has its roots in 16th century Italy, describing the segregated part of the city where what minority group was forced to live?
We're locked in.
You were fast at texting.
Man, I'm telling you what.
Thumbs.
She's a millennial.
Freaking Carmela.
It's like a genetic skill.
I'm all thumbs, and I still can't text fast.
I gave you the opportunity of everyone against me.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right, Deiter.
Yeah. I would like to say, I think I sent that to you before Carmela texted it.
Oh,
you
wow.
just didn't check your phone. So,
I'm bad at that.
But yeah, I believe this is people of the Jewish faith. So,
or nationality, either one.
Yeah.
Heritage.
So
we'll lock in with that. Chris, why are you laughing?
I was not expecting it's something Chris and I are talking about. I was not expecting that reaction. Anyway, so this is also something I learned through Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice. This is where the Jewish community lived. And unfortunately, it was revisited in World War II, or the lead up to World War II. So that is where that word comes from. It's from Jewish communities being segregated.
That's how I know it is from the World War II angle. I didn't know about it from the Shakespeare angle.
Correct answer is the Jewish community or Jews. Good job.
Great job, Deiter. So what is it? What's the joke?
So he's like, what just happened between you and Jonathan? And I explained to him why. And he's like, oh, and it's the way I said it.
I got you. Okay.
It was very flavorful.
Indeed it was.
Oh,
all right.
Gosh, turn up.
Your last question before the midpoint comes to us from Rob Warman.
Thanks, Rob!
Warman.
Prolific trivia writer.
Your category is, I was told there would be no math.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Crap, it's a Rob Warman question and it's math. You want to
Well,
forfeit?
Why do you
Deiter?
hate
No,
Deiter on
wait.
your
Deiter's
side?
good at math. Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. Ranging from 0 to 12, the Beaufort scale is a somewhat subjective measurement of what? This was referenced in the Billy Joel song Stormfront.
All right, Deiter. I think I do want to lock that in. I mean it could be wrong. I'm not like planting a flag in it or anything, but it feels pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. As I said, the somewhat subjective is really throwing me off here.
I feel like this fits that though.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna lock in.
Our conversation thus far is me trying to remember what the cover of Stormfront looks like, and I remember it's like kind of a grayish cover, and I think it's two flags being blown super hard by wind.
It is.
So this is probably wind related. As I was explaining in the thing, I don't think it's saying that this is like a wind speed of 12. I think it's categorizing it like 1 on the Beaufort scale is this speed to this speed, and then 2 on the Beaufort scale is this speed to this speed. So I think it's like kind of like hurricane categories.
Okay. And I was saying that maybe it's pressure and
Maybe wind speed is really weird because even standing like 10 feet apart, we'll feel it differently,
That's true. 100%.
So I think that's why it's kind of subjective, just because the way wind is.
Okay.
As far as how we experience wind. I mean, obviously there's things that can be measured for wind, but the way we experience it is kind of weird.
And since I don't know anything about it, I'm happy to go with it. My only concern is that I've never heard any. I mean, with us being in Florida, I've never really heard anything about that. Of course, we've heard hurricane categories. You mentioned that in our chat.
It might be that we don't use it. Might be people who are more.
That's true. European.
Not necessarily European, but like maybe you and I just don't work in a field where we would use it. We don't work with boats or, on we live on a shoreline, but we don't work. Our work doesn't interact with a shoreline.
That is true. I trust your answer more so than I trust my own on this.
Don't make me the math person here. That's not going to end well for any of us.
Well, that's because we do it on Excel spreadsheets.
She's an artist, Chris.
That's true. And she is. If you have not seen Carmela's artwork, you need to. It is amazeballs.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I think it's either speed or pressure, and who knows which one it's going to be.
Well, let's go wind speed and see what happens.
Okay, that works. Right. We're locked in.
Yep.
All right.
So Deiter and I didn't totally agree. He thinks my answer might be quantifiable. I felt like speeds of any sort are definitely quantifiable. No matter what scale you're using for tornadoes or for hurricanes or whatever, if you're setting a scale, then from here to here is a rate. And if the wind reaches that peak, then it hits that rate. So I felt like it couldn't be something like that. It would need to be something where you're estimating. And that took me to damage. So I'm hoping that it might be a scale that measures the amount of damage done by a storm.
That makes sense.
That was our answer.
That makes way more sense than what I said.
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right. So the Beaufort scale is an empirical measure that relates wind speed to observed conditions at sea or on land. Its full name is the Beaufort Wind Force Scale. So the two answers that I would accept here is either wind force or storm intensity.
Would wind pressure have worked?
So did either of us get it?
No. So I would accept wind speed as a correct answer because the scale does use knots to delineate what type of a storm it is. So 0 is like perfect calm, 12 is a hurricane, and it breaks out the scale in knots. So 5 to 10 knots.
It's not just speed; it's speed and the effect on the water. Is that how it works? Like that's why it's subjective, because it's not just speed; it has to do with what it looks like too.
There is a modern scale that measures, and I think this is why it's somewhat subjective, is because there is a modern scale that has delineated speeds. So like a Beaufort of 0 is less than 1 knot. A Beaufort of 1 is 1 to 3 knots. 2 is 4 to 6 knots, etc. That is the modern version of the Beaufort scale. But there is also the original Beaufort scale had letters that would delineate the type of weather that was being experienced in that particular location. So it would have letters that would delineate out. Like B would be blue sky, O is overcast, Q is squalls, T is thunder, V is visibility. That was the semi-subjective part, is that the Beaufort scale previously had letters that would associate what type of weather you were experiencing.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I would accept either wind force, which wind is the force is judged by wind speed in the modern scale. The traditional scale is by storm intensity or weather pattern. So I would have accepted either of those as a correct answer.
Sorry.
I was looking, my research was I wanted to determine whether damage was a factor in the rating of the scale, and it does not mention damage anywhere as part of the definition.
There is a scale for damage, but apparently that's not it.
I was going to say, I'm willing to bet there is a scale for damage.
Oh, there is.
Like a named scale.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that the Waffle House Index?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah,
that's a real thing.
That's
like an unofficial FEMA thing that they use, like how damaged an area is based on how many Waffle Houses are open.
So did you guys say wind speed? Was that your answer?
Yeah.
All right, so you got credit.
I will accept that as a correct answer, yes.
And that actually keeps your perfect game going. You have 92 points at the end of the third round. Deiter and I have 70 points at the end of the third round.
Wow.
No
Great
pressure.
job, Carmela. That was
wind pressure.
Yeah, I think y'all are, if my goal for average score before Gauntlet is a tower, y'all are buzzing it right now. Your midpoint category comes to us from Rob Warman.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Rob.
Oh, another one by Rob Warman.
Category is literature.
Literature?
For 5 points each, name any 4 of the 6 full-length novels written by Jane Austen. So there are 6 correct answers. I'm looking for 4 of them.
Perfect. I'm good with all those.
All right, we're locked in.
All right.
All right. The last one I gave you is the one I have the least confidence in, but I think it's right. The list that I sent Deiter was Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey, and I think she did Emma.
I know those first 3 are correct.
Yeah. I think Emma's right. There's 2 more that we could pick from. Let me take just a second. And if there's one that clearly stands out as being right, then I'm pretty sure Jane Austen did Emma, though. I think that's the name of it. That's the best I got right now. I want to go with those.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't have anything.
So Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey, and Emma.
So I did have Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility. The basis for the movie Clueless is the book Emma, which was written by Jane Austen. So we said Emma. And I think her last novel was Persuasion, which is what I wrote down. That was my 4th one.
So here are your correct answers. Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Mansfield Park, Northanger Abbey, Emma, and Persuasion.
Nice.
All right.
Full points all around.
Full credit.
Carmela painted the corner. I love it.
Y'all just buzzing that tower, boy, I tell you.
Save the clock tower. So the storm index that shows destruction is called the Hurricane Severity Index.
How mundane.
What if it's not based on a hurricane? Oh,
Yeah,
there's
other-
different scales. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the midpoint, scores are 112 to 90.
Your fourth round comes to us from Matthew Burris.
Thank you,
Thank
Matthew.
you,
Thank you, Matthew.
First question in the first question in the Matthew Burris round. Your category is no, they didn't wash it first. What famous prop from Die Hard is currently on display at the Smithsonian? This is the original Die Hard movie, not the overall franchise.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, we're locked in.
All right. Well, we're going to test our knowledge of Die Hard here, aren't we? Famous prop. Honestly, I wasn't aware there was a famous prop in Die Hard. Is it his clothes? Like, could it be his wife beater shirt?
They said they didn't wash it first, so it has to be, or that implies that it's clothes, right? Well, that was the category.
The category?
What was the category?
The category was no, they didn't wash it first.
Okay. Yeah, then it probably is something that was worn or got dirty, right? So it wouldn't be like the ambulance. It wouldn't be like the cop car. It wouldn't be maybe the watch or a gun or something like that.
Yeah, because the famous things I would think is the watch that he was wearing that they let go of and then he fell, or the machine gun.
Those aren't things that you would wash, though.
I'm thinking it would probably be the shoes of the first terrorists that he kills and says somehow these terrorists have, the world's smallest feet or whatever. Because
but that's not that wouldn't be a famous prop, though. That's only one little bit in the movie. Wouldn't it? It'd make more sense for it to be like the bloody bandaged wraps that he wore around his feet than a pair of shoes that was only in it for a second.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it wouldn't. If it was in the Smithsonian, I would think it would make more sense to be like the watch, because that's a whole plot point, right?
But it didn't get dirty, and it's not. How's it a plot point?
Oh, because he gave it to her at the beginning of the movie, and then at the end they release it because that was what Hans was hanging on to at the end, and then he falls.
That doesn't fit the category to me.
No.
You don't wash a watch. I mean, you can, but that wouldn't be what you think of as the category name. I think it's probably the wife beater.
It's got to be a better name for that.
I was just thinking that, Carmela. I was like, I don't even like saying that.
I think another name for him is like an A-line shirt. It's just that's what it's known as. Thank you, Tennessee Williams.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking, I don't like saying that word like that. His clothes are the iconic ones. I would say his T-shirt.
Yeah,
that would be my best answer.
I guess the T-shirt's also pretty iconic, so I think that fits the question and the category a little bit better.
Okay, let's do that. We're going to say Bruce Willis's shirt.
Okay.
So I know Smithsonian has a pop culture wing because I actually went to it. It has Archie Bunker's chair in it. It has Fonzie Fonzarelli's jacket. It has one of the copies of it's, even though they're not ruby red slippers, they're silver slippers from Wizard of Oz. But as Carmela and I talked about, it has to be John McClane's shirt. It has to be, and we're trying to figure out a way of what to call it. I think it's just an undershirt.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Correct answer is John McClane's tank top. Good job.
There we go.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, they are called A shirts or A-line shirts. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that term either, but that's kind of what stands out in your brain. At least that's what stood on my brain for a long time. And just one of those things where you have to evolve your own mental culture.
Yep.
So
be the change you want to see.
Exactly right. Your second question in the Matthew Burris round is in geography.
Geography.
In Rio de Janeiro, Christ the Redeemer towers over the city, facing what cardinal direction?
All right, we're going to go ahead and lock in.
All right.
Chris, I really do think it's east.
Okay.
Like when I watched the World Cup when it was in Brazil, all the shots that they had of the city, I believe it was facing away from the city. Okay. So I think that it is facing east on Sugarloaf Mountain.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure that's the name of that mountain.
I will take your word for it.
Shout out to Sugarloaf Mountain.
See, there you go. You get a shout out. You get a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out.
Shout out to Jesus Christ while we're at it.
Shout out to Jesus.
It's my homie.
We're going to say east.
All right.
So a lot of similar stuff there, huh, Deiter?
Yeah.
So what was your thinking?
That was essentially my thinking. I thought it was east for pretty much the same logic that Carmela had. But also in all of the pictures, you said that you for some reason think it looks northwest.
Yeah, it looks like it looks out over the city from the south to me.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I have no idea why.
Me neither.
Like there is no reason for me to really think that. So then we thought Jesus looking north would be very biblical, I guess, if he looks up towards the heavens. So you thought it was north, so that's, I guess, some reasoning.
Yep, we went north.
I think that he just blamed you.
Absolutely. I definitely steered us to answer north. So if it is east, he would have been more accurate than me.
The sculptor wanted Christ the Redeemer to face the rising sun. It is east.
Good job, Carmela.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Costing us points over here.
Let's
Number
see.
3.
I was going to say, I think we may need Carmela to start hosting Blitz because she is blitzing this episode right now.
I see what he did
I've
there.
been on Blitz, and then Rob beat me. I won one game, and then I got 2 sports questions in a row and got immediately knocked out.
Yeah. Sports is your kryptonite.
It is.
Yeah. Whereas my kryptonite is pretty much everything.
Lies.
All right.
Lies and slander. All lies.
Your last question in the Matthew Burris round is historical resume. Here are the rules for historical resume. I have a list of 5 facts about a person from history that I will read one at a time. After each fact is read, each team may lock in an answer, at which point the other team will hear the rest of the clues. The team that provides a correct answer with the fewest number of clues wins 10 points. In the event of a tie, both teams get the points. Everybody understand?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, here's your first clue. I was born in 1887 in South Carolina and began my pro baseball career when I was just 20 years old.
I think we're going to need another clue, Deiter.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take another clue.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think Carmela, I think we need another clue as well.
Yeah.
All right, here's your second clue. I hit .408 in my rookie season, and Babe Ruth would later say that I was the greatest hitter he ever saw.
We're actually just kind of waiting to see if you want another clue or not.
That's what I was waiting on for you.
Well, do you want another clue?
Only if you do. If you put an answer in, I would put an answer in.
That's what we were going to do. If you put an answer in, we were going to put an answer in.
You have
Really?
30
So,
seconds.
Let's get another clue.
Yeah.
Let's take another clue.
All right. Here's your third clue. I nicknamed my bat Black Betsy, which proved to be a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, we can lock in, Deiter.
All right.
All right. Y'all have 1 minute to decide if you want to lock in now or hear the rest of the clues.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
This is the person I would have locked in with last round.
Same with me, Jonathan. So we'll see if I'm right.
Send your answers to me, then I'll read the rest of the clues and the answer.
Oh, I was going to say, why don't we? I mean, we're locked in, so why don't we just?
Yeah, that's true. Just
Or you
read the
wanna
rest of the
reveal
clues
your
and
answers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can do the answers now. So we said Shoeless Joe Jackson.
And we said Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Fourth clue is I owe my nickname to a heckling fan after I experienced a wardrobe malfunction of sorts during a game.
Good clue.
And last clue was I was banned from baseball in my prime, and my illustrious career is overshadowed by perhaps the most infamous scandal in MLB history. It is Shoeless Joe Jackson.
That's a really well written one, dude. Those are so good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you very much, Matthew.
Yeah. So Matthew put that together. He gave a lot of clues. It was originally one question that had a ton of information. I was like, this is perfect for a historical resume. So thank you, Matthew. Those are all great
Did you have it
questions.
after the second one, guys?
I did. Yep, I did. I did. I thought because I was like, because my first thought process, even though it was a little young, was Ty Cobb, but I was like, no, he was Georgia. He was the Georgia Peach. But I didn't realize that Shoeless Joe was in South Carolina. But it was the second clue that I was like, yep, that's because I remember in the Ken Burns documentary that Babe Ruth talked about him being the greatest hitter he's ever seen.
All right, that's the end of the round.
At the end of the fourth round, the score is 142 to 110. Deiter, we're having a great game. 110 points after the fourth round. Nothing but pride here. They haven't missed anything yet. They even got the shout out to the Bonus Brigade 2 points.
Bonus Brigade!
Yep. I just want to point out that your average scores at the end of the fourth round is what I shoot for at the end of the game on the low end. That's how on fire both teams are right now. So your fifth round comes to us from Rob Warman.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rob.
Rob.
Shout out to Rob Warman.
Shout out to Rob Warman again.
Ben's like, I've abdicated writing the second half of this game.
When you've sent me hundreds of questions over the last couple of years, there's got to be a reward for that, right? Especially when they're good questions. So the first question in the Rob Warman round is U.S. presidents. Several U.S. presidents are alumni of Ivy League universities. Name the only U.S. president to earn a degree from both Yale and Harvard.
I'm actually a little surprised of how many presidents I know where they went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your first answer is the right thing.
All right, then I'll write that down. We're locked in.
Yeah.
I initially thought maybe Obama, but Deiter thinks he went to Chicago and then Harvard, not Yale and then Harvard. He thought maybe JFK, but I'm pretty confident that JFK would have never gone to Yale, being that Harvard is like his home school, like his backyard in Boston. We know the Bushes went to Yale. I don't think either of them went to Harvard. Clinton, I don't think.
I think Clinton went to like University of Arkansas.
Yeah,
and then
I'm with you.
Yale or whatever.
Ford went to Michigan. Jimmy Carter probably did something in the South. Reagan was an actor.
Trump went to, I think he actually went to like UPenn.
It probably. Then before Ford was Nixon. I don't know where Nixon went, but Nixon was from California. He was the governor of California, so probably not Nixon. Eisenhower was a general. He would have gone to West Point. Lyndon Johnson was a Texas guy. He wouldn't have done it either. So that takes us back to Truman in the late 40s. Truman was from Missouri.
I'm trying to think of the people that, like the presidents that would have gone to two Ivy Leagues, and Truman does not strike me as one of them.
FDR before that. Where did FDR go to school? He was another Boston guy, I feel like.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be earlier than the 1900s.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, if it was, you got McKinley, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland. I don't think it's going to be any of them.
No, I don't think it's going to be any of them.
Well, what about Biden? Where did Biden go? This could be tricky.
Biden did not go to a Ivy League.
Okay.
I think he went to University of Delaware.
You know what? I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't think it's JFK, just because he was, and that whole family was very, very Boston.
If that's the case, why don't we say FDR?
Okay. Sounds good. Let's
all right,
lock in
we'll
with
say FDR.
So I always associate FDR with New York, but that's very possible. Truman was actually our last president who didn't have a degree.
That's what I
so
thought.
He didn't go anywhere. We went through a few of them. I did say, Ford went to Michigan. Jimmy Carter went to the Naval Academy. That's where he went to school. W went to Yale. I wouldn't be shocked if it was HW.
I wouldn't be shocked either. But he was CIA and military, so...
Yeah.
Wasn't he also oil?
I mean, he wasn't a law guy. I don't think he has a law degree.
Yeah.
But my first instinct was Obama. I know at the very least he went to Harvard, and, if he went to Yale as well, it wouldn't surprise me.
That was my gut, too.
So we ended up locking in with Obama. And I know the last guy went to Wharton, so that was Pennsylvania.
Or the president that shall not be named, Carmela. The last guy.
I said what I said.
You said what you. I said what I said.
Yeah, and President Biden went to Delaware because the I think it's the Blue Hen band played during his inauguration.
Okay.
Because they had that, and then they had the Howard band play for the vice president.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what's the answer?
10 points, Ravenclaw. Your answer is George W. Bush.
Oh,
W.
Huh.
Wow.
I think he went to both. I only remember he went to Yale.
The perfect game has been prevented. You got W'd.
You got W. Yeah, he got
Not
his
for the first
bachelor's.
time.
Probably won't be the last time.
So he got his bachelor's from Yale, and then he got his MBA from Harvard.
Oh,
you go.
okay.
Okay.
I didn't know where he went to graduate. I thought he would have done his graduate stuff at Yale as well.
I don't know. It just seems like overkill to me, but you already got a Yale degree, then you got to get your MBA from Harvard too. I just got to pound them.
Show
But
off.
I guess if you're aspiring to be president, maybe that's a good path, you know? Your second question in the Rob Warman round is in classical music.
Music.
Coming from the Italian word for playing on a harp, what is the classical term for a chord that is broken into its individual notes and played in rising or falling order? For example, the Say Can You See portion of the Star Spangled Banner.
Wow. Okay, cool. We're going to lock in. I threw out like
All right.
one Italian word that is like, yeah, maybe something like this. And you're like, yeah, that sounds right. Oh, cool.
All right,
All
Miss
right.
Carmela.
Carmela, how's your Italian?
Is here or there. I was thinking while I was just starting to type when they're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, the only Italians I know are sandwiches.
It might be, I don't know what the word means, but I do know it is in music, is arpeggio.
Okay.
And that was what I was going to start to write down. I can't think of any other words that would fit. I don't know exactly what it means or what it means in music, but I do know it is a music word, and it is definitely an Italian word.
Okay. No, let's do it. I have nothing to add on there, unfortunately, and I'm sorry about that.
No worries. We're going to say arpeggio.
All right.
So, Dieter, you had more thoughts than I did, even though I put it out there first. What's your knowledge?
I played the viola in high school, and shout out to my high school music teacher, Mr. Hansel.
Actually, a real person that somebody's friends
Yeah.
with.
Shout out!
During our warm-ups, we just went around the circle of fifths, played every single, basically all the everything in that, and then we had to do arpeggios, and an arpeggio is the like 1, 3, 5 part of the scale, which is also what a chord is. So I think it's an arpeggio at least.
That's what we locked
It's
in
been
with.
a few years.
All right. Correct answer is arpeggio. Great job.
Woo!
Ah, Carmela.
All right. Your last question in the Rob Warman round is when animals attack.
Wow.
Well, damn.
Whoa.
We have an appearance by the Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounded more Daffy Duck.
It sounded like an intro.
Aw,
It sounded like the TV intro for every Detroit Tigers broadcast.
Right?
I liked it. I
when
thought it
they
was great.
when they spin a logo, that's the sound in the background.
Exactly.
Jesus. You're disturbing
Someone
Rambo.
give that
He
man
left
a-
the couch.
Foley work for this episode provided by Chris Hollister. Okay. Here's your question when animals attack. As recounted in his autobiography, Johnny Cash was attacked and nearly killed by what two-legged exotic animal?
I fell into a burning ring of lemurs.
Ringtailed lemurs. A burning ringtail. All right, we're locked in.
All right. I don't think it's an emu. I don't think those are big enough to kill Johnny Cash or come
Probably
close
not.
to killing Johnny Cash. They're not
Nothing is too big to kill Johnny
they're
Cash.
not quite
Or just to
impressive
watch
enough.
him die.
I like ostrich and I like kangaroo. I think those are both viable, deadly two-legged animals. I like ostrich though. Ostriches are super aggro. I mean, there's a
think
whole
they're-
joke about that in Dude, Where's My Car? Where they got trapped in the car because the ostriches were coming after them.
I think that's also more likely to have been something he was posing with and then it went wrong
Yeah.
than a kangaroo or whatever. So,
Yeah. I like it. I want to go ostrich.
yep, that sounds good to me.
All right. We'll say ostrich.
All right.
So I tried to convince Carmela to go with penguin.
It didn't work. So we did go through kangaroo, and I was like, well, a lot of birds are, well, actually all birds only have 2 legs. And we're like, ostriches are mean. And I'm like, yeah, they got those stabby parts with the beak and things. So we ended up going with ostrich.
Correct answer is ostrich. Good job.
Nice. Yeah, Angie and I took her parents to a petting zoo that exclusively was for elephants, and they had an ostrich, and they made a point of saying, do not go near the ostrich. Only look at it from afar. Do not go close to the fence because that bird is mean.
So why is it in a petting zoo?
Yeah.
That's exclusively for elephants, but there's an ostrich.
Here's our petting zoo. Don't pet that one. It will kill you. At the end of the 5th round, the score is 162 to 130. Carmela and Chris are in the lead.
Here's your 6th round brought to you by me.
Hey! We got some Ben questions.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah. In case y'all forgot that I'm capable of writing questions.
I never forgot that for a second.
Your first category in the 6th round is in technology. What is the maximum number of digits that can comprise an IP address? And I'm looking for IP version 4.
I don't have a way to parse this out in my head.
No, I'm right there with you. I say let's just lock it in then and move on.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay.
Deiter, so we can talk out loud. I said 10 is normal. 10 would be 2, 2, 3, 3, but I've definitely seen 11s. So I would imagine there's 12s.
Okay. Well, if you've seen 11s, well, I think then it's 12 then.
Yeah, I think it's 12 too. Yeah, let's lock in 12.
Lock in with that. Sure.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Carmela. I never really pay attention to IP addresses, so
I know what they look like. And I was trying to think of that's why I wrote like the thing in my head, and I just like, let me just write what I think one looks like. And I ended up with 9. And so that's what we said. Because I didn't have any other way to get to it.
Yeah.
All right. So your IP version 4 address, it can have a maximum of 3 digits in each of the 4 slots. So that equals 12.
There we go.
Oh.
That is the first time
guys.
all game that we got a question right that they did not.
Cool.
It's only the second time all game that they missed a question.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to gain ground when they don't get anything wrong.
Yeah, we noticed.
Your second question in this round is in televisiones.
Television. Ha
Marcus Lemonis is the host of what CNBC reality show aimed at helping struggling small businesses?
Deiter, I hope you know because I don't.
What was the channel?
CNBC.
Ben loves his reality TV shows.
Indeed, I do.
I'm not sure if that's an actual name, Carmela, but I like it.
What was the guy's last name again?
Lemonis, Lemonis.
All right, we're going to lock in.
All right.
I know they re-air a lot of Shark Tank, especially during the evenings. And I want to say Marcus I thought he was one of the Shark Tank guys at one point in time. But I don't think that's the answer because that originally airs on ABC. So,
and Shark Tank is about like new ideas for businesses, not to help struggling small businesses.
Yeah, yeah. I really have no idea, but I like your first name. That was fantastic.
I was trying to get it to something to rhyme with his last name, and I was like, no, that's not gonna work.
Arvidas Sabonis.
Lemonis has got the stimulus. I don't know. I don't have an answer, Christopher.
Yeah. I mean, we could do something simple and just hope, because you said bar rescue, and it could be like small business rescue.
Sure.
I mean, it could be an offshoot on it. So, I mean,
small business rescue.
All right. That's our locked in terrible answer.
And Deiter, this is all you.
Yeah. We had basically the same thought process of, I didn't know that CNBC did reality TV, but we've seen all of those shows that do this premise with restaurants. There's one called Restaurant Impossible, so let's go Business Impossible.
All right. 10 points, Ravenclaw. Correct answer is The Prophet.
Okay.
That's the name of the show, The Prophet.
Yeah,
Profit.
We did not profit off of that question.
Nope. But we didn't lose any ground. So
that's true.
It wouldn't matter if you did. You can't be caught.
Your penultimate question is the showdown.
Ooh.
Here are your rules for the showdown. I will ask a question with multiple correct answers. Each team will be given 3 minutes to submit a list of answers. The team with the most correct answers gets 10 points. Any list with an incorrect answer will be disqualified. All right? Everybody understand?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Now, Jonathan and Deiter, since you're trailing, you get to choose between 2 categories. Your categories are sitcoms or geography.
I'm definitely better at geography than sitcoms. What about you?
I'd say I'm equally terrible at both, so I prefer
Chris and
geography.
Carmela are going to be better. I mean, Carmela might be great at both of them. Chris is definitely great at sitcoms. So if we go geography,
I'd say,
it decreases their
geography.
chances. Yeah, let's go geography.
Okay, here's your geography question. I have a list of African nations that are entirely in the southern hemisphere. So the equator does not run through them. They are all south of the equator fully. There are 14 countries on this list. You will have 3 minutes to compile your list, and your time starts now.
I spelled that wrong. Carmela, you want me to add those last two?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, time is up.
All right. I think we should go with the set that I had.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So go ahead and text me or send me however you want both of your lists, and I will compare.
All right. I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to both of y'all.
Deiter, I'm going to send him the first list and add the last country to it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Jonathan, I've received your list.
I added one to the bottom of it.
All right.
I see it.
Ben, you got ours, and no, that's not counting, and no, not South Carolina. That was everything below the line.
Yes, I got you. All right, so you have 7 on your list.
Yeah, this was all Carmela. I
actually recently looked at the Horn of Africa because there was a BP trivia question that had to do with Portuguese-speaking countries, and they both happened to be in the Horn of Africa. So I ended up just looking at the map there and being like, huh.
Shout out to Bill Patchak. We got another shout out at the end here.
There you go. All right, so Chris and Carmela, you submitted 7 answers. Zimbabwe, South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland, Botswana, Mozambique, and Namibia.
Yeah, we worked our way up from the bottom.
Swaziland is now Eswatini, but I will give you credit for that.
I couldn't remember what the new name was.
I'll give you credit. So those are 7 correct answers. Jonathan Deiter, you submitted 9 answers. Lesotho, Eswatini, South Africa, Namibia, Angola, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Madagascar. And those are all correct answers. So you get the 10 points. Good job.
Cool. Good job.
Wow. Carmela, we got 0 points on the all Ben category, on the all Ben round. Just FYI.
Okay, what are the other correct answers, Ben?
Tanzania, Burundi.
Oh, Rwanda?
Rwanda. I think that's the only other one you didn't name.
No, there would be 5 total that we didn't name. We only named 9. Oh, they had Mozambique. That adds 10.
Yep.
So there should be one more.
Malawi.
I didn't think those smaller ones. If I'd have known Tanzania was fully below, then I could have come up with the other 3 small ones because they're right underneath Tanzania. But I didn't realize that they were all. I thought Tanzania was at least equator level. At the end of the 6th round, the score is 162 for Chris and Carmela to 150 for Deiter and Jonathan.
Whew, they caught up.
So get ready to prepare your wagers for your gauntlet. And your gauntlet category is, it's the gauntlet, baby!
I don't know what that means.
The visual and audio that he just did are a wrestling reference that Chris can explain, but I don't know if it adds anything to the clue.
Focus on the wording of the clue of the category. It's the gauntlet, baby.
Dang, I can't even type that.
Ben, did you write these or are they by somebody else?
I wrote all 3 of these.
Okay.
Jonathan, could you give us the scores one more time, please?
162 to 150. And Deiter, I agree with your number. I think we should lock in our wager.
Yep.
All right, so their wager's locked in.
Our wager is locked in.
Here's your first question in the category. It's the gauntlet, baby. Otis Redding famously saying that he left his home in Georgia to sit on the dock of the bay. On what bay was he sitting?
I'm 100% on that, Deiter.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, we can lock in.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay. Here's your second question in It's the Gauntlet, baby. Zach Morris is trash. But he did graduate barely from Bayside High. What is
writing down?
What is the school's mascot?
About 95.
All right, then I'm good with it. We're locked in.
Deiter, did you ever watch Saved by the Bell?
No. That
Great.
was a little too early for me.
So Screech would have definitely been the mascot at some point. Oh, you don't want to miss a Saved by the Bell question.
If only there was a bell to save you.
Thanks, Dad.
Ironic. Couldn't be saved by the bell.
I learned it from watching you.
We're going to lock in.
Okay. Here's your final question. It's the gauntlet, baby. Tampa Bay hosted Super Bowl 55. Downtown Clearwater is host to what religious organization who currently owns most of the property there?
Damn.
100%, Carmela.
100%, huh?
Yeah, I've driven by the buildings.
Cool. Then we are locked in.
All right.
I think we are too. Dieter, you sound confident.
Yep.
All right. Okay, then we're going to lock that in.
Yeah, I used to live in a Tampa suburb called Largo. Tampa,
I've
St.
been to Largo.
Petersburg. Yeah. Key Largo or just Largo?
Just Largo.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I haven't been down to the Keys.
I haven't either, and I want to go.
I've lived
I
in
do
Florida for the majority of my life, and I've never gone further south than Miami. And even I was only in Miami for like an hour.
I don't blame you.
All right, let's do this.
Otis Redding saying that he left his home in Georgia to sit on what bay? Jonathan and Dieter, what did you say?
Left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. He said the San Francisco Bay.
All right.
Yep. We also I didn't sing it as much from my chest as Jonathan just did. But we went with San Francisco Bay as well.
Say it with your chest. All right. Zach Morris graduated barely from Bayside High. What was the school's mascot? Chris and Carmela, what did you say?
Actually, it's funny because I told Carmela I was about 85% confident in it. Now I'm about 100% confident. It is Tigers.
Oh, no.
Okay. Right. Jonathan and Dieter?
So Dieter hasn't watched it, and I was going back and forth between Tigers and Bears.
Oh, my.
And ended up going Bears.
And Downtown Clearwater is host to what religious organization? Jonathan and Dieter, what did you say?
We said Scientology.
All right. Chris and Carmela?
Chris had all the thunder.
Yeah, because I've actually... actually, one of my oldest friends in the world, his name's James Neal. Shout out to James Neal. I actually know him.
I hope so.
His family lives in Clearwater, and when he got married, we went down there and we drove by these buildings, and it absolutely is Scientology.
Yeah, this show's episode is going to be Chris shouts out everybody. All right, so I'm going to reveal your answers. Otis Redding did leave his home in Georgia for Frisco Bay, so San Francisco Bay is the correct answer. Downtown Clearwater is host to the Church of Scientology, and Zach Morris graduated from Bayside High, and they are known as the Tigers.
Yeah!
Dieter, I'm so sorry.
So it doesn't come down to wagers, but let's hear them anyway. So Jonathan and Dieter, what did you wager?
We wagered 25, and we'll finish with 125.
All right.
Wow.
And Chris and Carmela?
I'm glad we got it right because we thought you were going to bet everything.
Yep.
We were so close together.
Yeah, we went 138.
That was one of your choices. 139. So you finished with 301?
Yes.
Yep.
301.
With a score of 301 to 125, your winners are Chris and Carmela.
Man.
Great job, guys.
Oh,
great job.
On it. Well, we couldn't. You know what, Dieter? It didn't matter what we answered. They got it right, so we weren't beating 301.
Yeah.
They had us on the lockout.
Yep.
All right. Well, before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. Dieter, you're our guest, so you're up.
I've been thinking about what to shout out since I got the email from Katie, and I guess shout out to I'm the streamer and all of that for the University of New Mexico Esports Club. So shout out to them. Give us a follow on twitch.tv/UNM Esports. And every college at this point has a professional or a varsity esports team pretty much. So your whatever college you graduated from or is going to has one, and you meet a lot of good people, and it's just a lot of fun to participate. So should always do that.
That is super cool.
Awesome.
The world keeps changing, doesn't it? Holy crap.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's going to wrap us up. So for Ben, Chris, Carmela, and Deiter, I'm Jonathan. This has been episode number 310 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's a war. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.